Hey guys, I'm back. So today I'm going to be creating this, what are you going to call this? It's like a gold eye with just like a bright, bold red lipstick. And so I have a Christmas to go to tonight on Christmas Eve, and then I've got one tomorrow and on Saturday. So this is probably the look that I'll be wearing for all three of those Christmases. So if you like this look and you want to see how to get this, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I've already washed my face and put on a little bit of moisturizer. My skin was super dry, and so I had to put on just a little bit of moisturizer, but I can't put on too much, otherwise my skin is like an oil slick. Then I'm gonna go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Super Light Smooth and Blur Primer, and just put that on my face as well. All right, once my primer is all good to go, then I'm gonna start with my eyes. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm going to put it on my eyelids. I'm gonna start with my eyes for this look because I'm gonna do some sparkle and shimmer, and I don't want it to fall on my foundation. So just put a little bit on top of your eyelids. You can blend it out with a sponge. I usually go in with my finger first, just to cover that up. Go up to my brow. Do that on both sides, and then you can take your beauty sponge and blend it out the rest of the way. And then I'm going to go in and set it, and I'm just gonna take the Kat Von D palette and this middle shade right here on a fluffy brush, and then just pat that over the concealer just to set it. And then on a Morphe M441 brush, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm gonna take this shade right here and use that as my transition shade. And then once I have that transition shade all buffed out on the lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade right down here and just put that on the outer V. And I took that shadow on a Morphe M433 brush. It's almost the same thing as the M441, but it's just a little bit more dense. That way it'll pack on the color just a little bit more. And then once that is on, with that same brush, I'm gonna go into this deepest shade right here and then just go right on the outside. Okay, I'm actually switching over to the Morphe 321 brush. It looks like this. It's a little bit smaller and more dense, and that will just help me control that color in that area so it doesn't quite go all over. And then once that is where you want it, I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with that original Morphe 441 brush, the one that we started out with, and just blend everything. There's no additional product or anything on here. I am just blending everything out to make it all nice and smooth. Okay, once I have all of that blended out, then I'm gonna take the Morphe M421 brush. It looks like this. And I'm going to spray that with some MAC Fix Plus. And then I'm gonna go into the Morphe 35S palette. So this is the shimmer palette, and I'm gonna go in with this gold color right here and just pack that on the inner corner and the inner half of my eye. And then if you want, you can also take your finger and dip it in there and apply it with your finger too. Sometimes you get better color payoff when you use your finger instead of a brush. And it's okay if there's some fallout, because this is why we did our eyes first. Once this is done, then we will take a makeup wipe and we'll remove whatever fell out during this process and then go in with our foundation and finish the look. And then once I have that shadow on, the shimmer one, I'm going to just dip back into that darkest color in the Morphe 35O palette and just kind of pat out where those two lines meet. The gold got kind of carried over a little bit further on this side, so you can cover that up and then just blend it out. Okay, so once we have the eyes done, you can go ahead and take a makeup wipe and just clean up under the eyes a little bit, and then we'll get started on the face. And you can really clean up, so see all that fallout that came off, and then you can also really clean up right here along the edges if you want to do like a winged eyeliner or something like that. There we go. All right, now that all of that is done, then we can go ahead and grab our foundation and start on that. All right, so I use the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. My winter shade is the shade 470, and I'm just gonna take 2 pumps of that on the back of a beauty sponge. I get some on my finger, and then I just place it on my skin where I'd like it to go. And this is a brand new sponge, so it is going to soak in more of your product than a sponge that's maybe used just a little bit more. And then go ahead and just pat that on your face. All right, then once your foundation is all blended in, go ahead and take your concealer, put it under your eyes. And I bring it all the way out here because I get really red through here, so I want that covered up. All right, once you've got everything blended out, go ahead and take a setting powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Now, normally I do not bake with this because it just dries my skin out too much, but my skin in this foundation right now is just looking a little bit cakey, and so I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for a while. right, now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that in using my beauty blender or your beauty sponge. I know I didn't really let it bake, but I feel like letting it sit there before you blend it in all the way does help just a little bit. All right, then I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer ever. I have not tried my new bronzer yet, the NARS one, so I do need to try that. Oh, just got myself in the eye. And then sometimes if I feel like my face is a little bit cakey with powder, then I'll just take another big fluffy brush and I'll just swirl it around my whole face and just get off some of that excess powder. Okay, and then I'm taking the Morphe 9N palette. This is one of their blush palettes. Whoa, one of their blush palettes. I got this a long time ago. It's before they came out with like the square ones. So mine is round. But, let's see. I think I'm gonna mix this middle shade and this shade down here just so this one's not quite as bright. And then just put that on the apples of the cheek. Whoa! All right, that's a lot. Okay. Forgot how pigmented this stuff was. You don't need a lot. Whoa. Okay, so that's a bit much. That was a lot more than I was expecting to come off. So I'm just gonna go back in with that fluffy brush that I wiped my whole face off with and just kind of go over it to get rid of some of that extra powder. Cause whoa. All right, next I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner. I use the, what is this? The Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Eyeliner. I love this. It is what works best for me. It gets right in my waterline and it does not bleed for me. So this is the only eyeliner that I use and I don't think I'll ever use anything else. All right, now I'm done with my eyeliner. I only do eyeliner on the bottom. Sometimes if I'm feeling crazy, I'll do it on the top. But for this, I'm just gonna do it on the bottom. Then I'm gonna move on to my brow. So I just take a spoolie, brush them through. And this one has like a brush tip on the end, but I don't use that one. I just go in with, actually I got this from Walmart. It's an LAB or a Lab 2 brush. I don't know if they carry them anymore. I haven't seen them in years. And then for my eyebrows, I actually go in with the Morphe eyeshadow palette and I take this darkest shade again and I just fill my brows in with eyeshadow. All right, one eyebrow is done. It's crazy to see the difference. They're just darker. I just fill in the natural shape, just fill them in a little bit darker. Okay, I went ahead and finished the other brow off of camera, just filled it in, and then I'm gonna take that spoolie and just brush back through them. And then I don't hardly ever do this, but if you want to, or like if your eyebrows are going a little bit crazy, then you can take some hairspray and spray it on the end of your spoolie and then run your spoolie back through your eyebrows and make those hairs lay flat and under control. But usually mine are okay, but the other day they were wild. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with mascara. We are almost done. I use the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. This is a brand new tube. Alright, so that is the top mascara, and then for the bottom, I'm going to go in with my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash, the one that I just got, and try that out. I don't like to use the Perversion mascara on the bottom of my eyelashes because the wand is kind of chubby and fat, and so I get it on my skin, and I don't like that. So I usually use a different mascara for the bottom eyelashes. Okay, so I really do like that mascara. It separates them really well, but it didn't coat them very well. It didn't put like a super black coat on them. So I am gonna take the Benefit Bad Gal mascara and just go over them real fast. All right, so that looks so much better with mascara on. If you want to put on lashes now, you could. I do not. My lashes are pretty long in general, so I really never wear them. Yeah. Okay, and then to highlight the inner corners and my brow bone, I'm gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette and mix these two shades right here. And I just take that on a Morphe brush, put it right there in the middle. And I like a lot of inner corner highlight, so I kind of go overboard just a little bit, but I like it. And then take whatever is left over and pop it on the top of your brow bone. All right, and then we are almost done. The last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Hill and Becca collab in Champagne Pop for that highlighter and just hit the high points of your cheek. I usually like to stay pretty matte and I don't put on any highlighter, but I really like this and it's gold and I feel like it matches my eyes. And then I'm gonna put some on the nose because I like highlighter on the nose. Just on the tip right there. Okay, so that pretty much completes this look. For the lips, I am gonna go in with that MAC red lipstick, but first I'm gonna go curl my hair off camera and then I'll be back. I'll put on my lipstick and then show you the finished product. So I'll be back soon. Okay, so I'm finally back. I curled my hair. It took way too long and it'll probably be straight in like an hour, so that's great. I got dressed. I'm about ready to roll. Okay, so when I was in the bathroom looking at my makeup, this is like, oh, ouch. Okay, maybe that 470 shade is not my winter shade anymore. I don't know. I'm getting lighter by the minute. I'm probably gonna have to go out and buy some new foundation, but for today, this will do. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Urban Decay Ultra Matte Setting Spray and spray my face. And then once I'm done with that, I actually take a beauty sponge and I dab over it because sometimes, like this is a newer bottle, and so sometimes it leaves like dots on my face and I don't like that, so yeah. Okay, another thing, okay, I don't usually do this, but, and I'm not gonna do it for today, for today's Christmas, but maybe on Saturday. I have a different Christmas on Saturday. If you normally like do under eyeshadow, like bottom lash eyeshadow, you totally kind of bring this whole look together, but I leave it just like this. I like it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, and then the last thing is the lipstick, if I can get it out of the tube. All right. Going in with this MAC red lipstick. Okay, I'm like the worst at lining my lips, so just bear with me. Okay, so I like the way that this looks, but this red, don't get me wrong, it's red and all, but I have this red liquid lipstick from Stila in the shade, what is this, Fiery or Fury or something like that. And I think I'm gonna put that on over it. This one's a little bit darker. This one's just a little bit darker, and I feel like I like the shade a little bit better. Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna take this lipstick off. And if I don't like the liquid lip, then I'll just put the lipstick back on. Okay, this definitely looks better in my opinion. It's darker. I like this one better. All right, you guys, so that is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope everybody has a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.